This holiday, grab some eggnog. Let's gather around the fireplace and celebrate the birth of our blessed Lord with the soothing sounds of a very special Darth Dawkins Christmas collection. 753 wonderful hits.
Here we go. Shut the fuck, shut the fuck, shut the fuck up. You're totally clueless, so stop with the shtick. Don't ever talk me, you're being rude. I'm old enough to be your fucking father, dude. Shut the fuck up.
All your favorites are here, in one spectacular collection.
You come into my room, mute me, restore my mic, you fucking troll. Doobie's a fucking asshole I can't tolerate anymore. I've had to quit this server 4 fucking times before.
Digitally remastered and expertly rendered in high-quality audio. Never before has such a splendid compilation been put together.
So the problem with homosexuals is that God made male for females. The Bible is very clear. Don't be queer, don't be queer, don't be queer. Thank you. Bing, 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 bing.
Order with your credit card in the next 30 minutes, and if you manage to successfully render an argument for intelligibility within your godless worldview, you'll receive a beautifully decorated King James Bible, along with your own personally autographed copy of Dawkins' Presuppositionalist Guide, Crushing Atheism. Absolutely free. Merry Christmas, and a blessed New Year.
Boom! You're not server muted. Get out of my room.
All right. What's up, heathens?
Where was that from? That was amazing.
What? Oh my God, this is an atheist Christmas classic. I'm not an atheist, but we do all sit around the fire and, spike up the eggnog and listen to that every fucking year. I'll send a link.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
Did he actually? Because some of those I can't tell.
Did he actually sing that? Are you going to ask me that?
Bing, bing, bing. If he actually said, if the bing, bing, bing was a thing that he actually did in that tonality, because it sort of sounded like it, or if it was just really well, like they had one clip of him saying bing and then they just edited it.
I can believe both.
They hold up. All right, there you go, Doc. It's in your dick Discord. Yeah, that I don't know. That creator is really creative, and they don't have a lot of content. But again, and this is 3 years old actually. But I enjoy it every Christmas, every single Christmas.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a new but tradition. Words.
Yes.
Yep.
It's my 3rd Christmas with it. All right. So, happy holidays, one and all. So, Doc, last time you were on, you mentioned that you didn't know, well, you said you knew about Inner Earth, but you didn't know that it was racist. And I don't know. I have an ability to not call out racist shit when I see it. So today, we're going to talk about Inner Earth as per usual. And then we're going to tie it to Nazis.
Well, I know the Nazis were into shit like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they were like...
It's all on brand, so.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, so our creator today that we're responding to is the tersely named Consciousness. Just the one word consciousness. Fantastic. We've got a cool 101,000 subscribers and 25,000 views on this video. So, whatever that means.
Yeah.
And we're gonna uncover the truth about Agartha and the Hollow Earth theory. Fantastic. Let's get started.
Countless tales, myths, and legends of the peoples of the world speak of underground cities and civilizations, as well as a vast network of connected tunnels all over the planet. If you ask any scientist about the construction of the Earth, he would answer you.
Not all scientists are he's.
This is facts.
And oh, sorry, something just fell off the wall in the background. I mean, like, there are a lot of tunnels under the Earth.
Tap your volume slow.
Apparently, I don't.
We go through this every week,
Or at least compared to Maya in the video.
Okay, well, how about this?
It says you're really quiet.
Yeah,
well, compared to me, compared to you, and also compared to the video.
I don't know.
So we're going with it's Tap's fault.
Apparently, yeah.
I mean, are you able to turn up specific guests, or?
I cannot, and he's not a guest. He's like actually in here as a co-host.
Yeah, I'm in here as a thing, but I'm going to. I don't know why that's set to that. Okay.
All right, you sound better to me.
Is that better? Is that better?
Oh yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Okay. I hopefully I didn't go too far, because last time I did this thing, I went too far the other way apparently.
Yeah, so. And everybody was like, "Okay," so I'm seeing better.
Okay.
Crystal's saying better, so we'll go until somebody complains about the gain.
But I found a knob, so yeah.
All right.
Inner core, outer core, mantle, action of the Earth. He would answer.
So they're saying that if you asked any scientist about the composition of the Earth, he, the sexist asshole, would apparently, because apparently all scientists are he's. This really pisses me off.
To you, inner core, outer core, mantle, upper mantle, crust. If you are interested in this topic,
Is that right?
Is this an AI?
This might. I mean, maybe. Who cares?
Or at least
I mean, it's rare that it's not an AI.
I'm not sure the voice is convincing enough to be a good AI anymore. Right? Like,
so
good AI voices nowadays, you can't tell.
Yeah,
but you have to pay for
really
them, probably.
Weird niche reference here. He sounds like a Korean documentary host.
Huh.
Like, a lot of Korean documentaries get really weird, stilted dubs.
Yeah. Well, but so what do we think about? So we got inner core, outer core, inner mantle, outer mantle, crust. I mean, you could do worse. I don't know which layer of all these secret tunnels are in though, right?
Oh, I believe he gets to that.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I watched a lot of videos.
I'm so sorry.
You can watch the video Amazing Things About the Earth That You Didn't Know. Many lovers of the paranormal, the unexplained, the esoteric, and the like will disagree with this, and will introduce you to the theory that the Earth is hollow, and strange creatures thrive in it, in underground cities. It is their point of view that we are about to examine in this video. Who are these strange creatures? How did they come to live inside the Earth?
Yes, some crazy people think that.
Say this. Go on.
Well, just some crazy people say that. Yeah, not gonna dispute that.
Full credulity.
So since I have two scientists in here, does anyone want to talk about the problems with the Earth being hollow and? I don't know.
It would immediately collapse into a crumpled mess. Rock is strong, but it's not very strong, especially under pressure. It actually acts like a thick liquid.
Yeah,
that's what the mantle mostly is.
I mean, and most things do when you squish them hard enough. The ice at the bottom of glaciers is plastic because of all the pressure of the ice that's on top of it. It's still a solid, but it's like a plastic solid.
Yeah.
So it's complete lunacy. And what? How did they get down there? Is
No, I love that. You were like, but I also have to say, what?
Now, like you can point to caves, you can point to big caves,
Yeah.
but the big thing is a lot of caves have like stalactites and stalagmites that help hold up the middle. They're also
In the crust.
Yeah.
Well, they're in the upper crust, where they're not under tons of pressure.
Yeah.
And they're cold. The coldness helps.
Yeah. The only example that I can think of, like a large cavity of, the air or something, something very, very, very low density, like not even a liquid, comes from the giant geodes that were found in the award-winning documentary The Core. Have you guys seen The Core?
I did have this question.
I have not.
Is it possible we're on an old Death Star? Like the moon?
I doubt it.
Yeah, but I mean, somebody would have fired
actually,
something
no,
into its weak point by now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
Actually, just a little.
What if there's what if there's a sun instead of a molten lava core, or iron core?
We'd pick it up in seismic imaging.
Do you know how big stars are, Maya?
Wait. You were there when the guy explained the sun and the inner Earth. He had lots and lots of numbers.
He had like 2 or 3 numbers,
He had
and
numbers?
they were like
You were impressed.
they were like
with the
11 to 8.
animations.
I was impressed with the animations, not with the numbers.
Look, yeah, it all tracks.
And where are the entrances to their underground cities?
Non-existent. They're non-existent. That's where they are.
Stay with us until the end to find out the answers to these questions.
Not a bad intro.
The theory is based on the ancient
Better than
legends
ours.
of many cultures, which claim that
Hey, hold on. Does anybody here read enough Hebrew to know if this is backwards or not backwards?
Oh, it does kind of look
I don't know
backwards.
any.
Yeah, me neither. Because I know that most of the time when people like this put Hebrew like on the thing, they always put it like backwards or upside down or something because it's written differently. But I don't know.
there are races of people, entire civilizations, that thrive in underground cities. Very often, these inhabitants of the world beneath our feet are considered technologically more advanced than us.
This is starting to sound a lot like the series of children's books written by Ian Colfer about Artemis Fowl and his merry band of friends. Great series, by the way.
Never read it.
So I think, huh?
Never read it.
Oh, it's actually really good. It I even occasionally go back and read them as an adult because it's really cool. Like they have basically there's an entire underground society of extremely technologically advanced like elves and centaurs and dwarves and sprites and all of these mythical things, and then you've got Artemis Fowl, who's like a 12-year-old kid genius who decides he's going to rob the leprechauns of their gold. It's funny.
Others believe that aliens are not from other planets, but were created by strange beings on Earth. But let's
Well, who created those strange beings?
God.
Oh, yeah, fair.
go back in time and look for traces of the existence of all this. Since ancient times, many peoples and different cultures have been convinced that there is another invisible world below us. In the myths, legends, and folklore of various tribes and civilizations, there are accounts of such a world, of an underground kingdom, or a place from which they originated. Examples of this are the underworld of Hades in ancient Greek mythology.
I don't think that's an example of this.
Whoops.
What?
Sorry. I was trying to take it out of the screen.
Is Hades an example of an underground civilization?
Not really. Like that, it is just.
I mean, it depends on when the time period. Because hell is supposed to be under, or for a lot of like older religions, hell is underground, like literally underground, like that, like Sheol and all that. Like it's literally under the earth.
But
Yeah,
because
but
that's
can you
usually where
like
you
go
put
there?
people when they die.
Because like you can have a place that like exists underground and it still like metaphorically exists underground.
I mean, I think didn't Hercules go there?
Yeah.
Greek
Okay,
mythology?
maybe, but it's not like a civilization though, right?
Yeah, I think it's more like a permanent like body storage place, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It's like a fiefdom, like of this dude with all of the undead souls or something. Oh, I mean that's sort of like a fiefdom is a type of civilization. Like, okay, I withdraw my criticism. You know what? You see,
a crypt with Hades as the
Dave's
crypt.
got a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I withdraw my criticism. I'm capable
Kind of
of learning.
civilization.
Yeah. Also, I'm just saying that the thing dangling down here, visually very confusing.
Yeah, that's her foot.
I'm pretty sure this guy's just hung, but
no, algorithm. That is totally a foot.
The Scandinavian Svartalheim, the Christian Hell, the Jewish Sheol, and many more. Kabbalistic and Tibetan literature also mentions a similar dark place. The Tibetans tell a story that has been handed down from generation to generation, according to which there is an ancient city, Shambhala, which is located inside the earth. Indian legends tell that there is a world under the earth, and they are the first to come out of it, and their mission is to populate the surface. Eskimos also have a similar belief, coming from their folklore. According to the legends of many of the cultures listed above and thousands more unmentioned, there are entrances to the world beneath our feet that are scattered all over its surface, including around the two poles. Officially, the history of the hollow earth theory began in the 17th century, when the famous English astronomer and mathematician Sir Edmund Halley first proposed this scientific hypothesis.
Scientific hypothesis. There are holes. There are holes that lead into the earth. So, like, I guess it's kind of like you know how like when a worm burrows through an apple, and the apple still doesn't implode; it just hangs and resumes going around the sun.
Yeah,
because gravity.
And then the worm and the worm starts a civilization and then discovers Halley's Comet,
and must repopulate the earth with the chosen people.
Yeah.
Which one?
So I don't think this is a scientific hypothesis. Am I crazy?
No, not really.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, maybe back then it was, right? Like,
I mean,
but not even then.
It could be a scientific hypothesis.
Yeah. Also, I wonder how hard Haley or Halley, however you are supposed to pronounce it.
Yeah.
I wonder how hard he's rolling over in his grave. Because, yeah.
Spinning like a top.
After a series of observations of the Earth's magnetic field, Halley came to the conclusion that the observed anomalies can only be explained by the fact that the Earth consists of two spheres, an outer solid and an inner hollow, each of which has its own magnetic axis. At that
well, then he was wrong, because no.
Yeah, and I don't think he said that, though. I think he probably thought that there was a decoupling between stuff in the Earth. Like hollow? An area of, like, maybe? Because if he thinks that there's, like, a sphere inside of the Earth that's, like, spinning differently or something, like, that's legit. That actually does make sense to explain the two different... you've got the, geographic pole, and then you've got the magnetic pole, and they're not in the same spot. And they move with respect to each other, right? So...
Yeah, now I'm curious. When did we first learn that Earth had a liquid in her core?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
I
Google
well depends because people knew about volcanoes.
Okay. So it was discovered in 1936 by a seismologist.
Yeah,
right. Because that's how we analyze it today.
Right.
But like they knew about like lava and stuff, so they knew that there was liquid down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, with the chosen people, sometimes you have to dodge lava.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that's how you become
happens.
God's chosen.
Or it's Targaryen.
God just throws a bunch of lava at you, yeah.
Or it's Targaryen. You know, tomato.
However, this theory was refuted by other scientists and by the non-believing society. 2 centuries later, the theory of the hollow Earth is gaining popularity again. Although during these 2 centuries, there were persons periodically raising their voices in support of the theory.
I mean, this right here, this is underground, and it's open. Therefore, Earth is hollow. I mean, video evidence in front of us.
Yeah, they're clearly right smack dab in the center.
And there's electricity
rewrite
down
the
there.
Textbooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, how are you like the special golden people without electricity? Duh. They probably have like pyramids and everything down there.
Ooh, the mark of a true civilization.
Hey. Everybody in all of our videos are in sync with that. Like pyramids equal special knowledge and electricity.
It's just a stable geometric shape. Like that's all there is to it.
No, when you put 3 pyramids together, you get special magic splooge energy. Like we've been through this.
Yeah, this isn't.
How could I forget about the splooge?
I'm saying.
Yeah. It's like you're not even trying.
Yeah.
In the 19th century, famous scientists such as John Cleves Sims Jr. and Jeremiah N. Reynolds took up the subject.
Genuinely never heard of him.
Same.
Not that famous.
Again, and insisted that our planet was completely empty inside.
What does that mean? What does it mean for the planet to be completely empty inside? Because it can't be completely empty, right? Like it. If I go out and I dig 5 feet down,
there's tons of people in there.
Well, yeah, that too. I mean, that also,
it's not technically empty if there's people in it.
Yeah, the wailing souls of the damned are not nothing, right? But like, if you go out and you dig 20 feet down, and you don't get to hollow, like, then there's at least like a shell of like 20 feet, right? Like,
oh no, they believe in the crust. It's just everything under that that's in question.
Yeah.
So get this. Sims' hollow Earth theory that he's talking about here was proposed in 1818.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and no science about the Earth has come out since.
That's my understanding.
Sims not only claimed that the Earth was hollow, but that it consisted of different levels within its interior.
Are you sure this isn't? Are you sure this isn't Dante that you're talking about?
I'm looking through his Wikipedia page. Apparently, Sims did say this too.
Wow.
Well, I mean, people say all sorts of things, you know. If Eric Dubé keels over dead, that doesn't mean in 200 years he's a genius.
But Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
Jules Verne's novel.
Sorry, I got to read this out.
No,
do it.
Sims said that the Earth's crust was approximately 1,000 miles thick, and it had 2 openings in it. One at the Arctic and one at the Antarctic.
Yes.
The Arctic one being about 4,000 miles wide, Antarctic being 6,000.
Yes.
And
wait. He thinks that there was a hole 6,000 miles wide?
Yes. And I'm not done, because he says that the curvature of the rim of these openings was gradual enough that you can just walk into the inner Earth without being aware of the transition.
Yes. That is correct.
He also said that Earth should be flattened at the poles due to centrifugal force.
Well, you're the geologist.
No, that's not how it worked. No.
God. And here we've got our textbook for this evening.
Yeah,
Jules
I mean,
Verne's
we have a whole
amazing
book.
seminal work.
Clearly, someone's wrong. The Earth
Journey
can't
to the
be
center of the Earth
an
from
oblate
1860.
spheroid, flat,
No.
and hollow. You got to pick one.
You can't have a 6,000-mile hole in this country. The United States is 3,000 miles across.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say that doesn't physics. Am I right?
No, it doesn't.
See,
it doesn't
you're
physics. It
thinking
doesn't
about the Earth
geography.
as a ball. It's clearly like one of those beads. You remember, like when you used to like put beads on a string, and it was like that the long one, and it
Prayer
had
beads?
and it was flat at the top, and then it had the hole going through it. That was like them
Yeah.
telling us about the Earth. It's like it's cylinder shape.
Like, genuinely, just reading
porous.
through this is some crazy shit.
Oh yeah, no. The people were nuts back then. Not as nuts as they are now.
Oh
Right.
yeah, wait until this is like the heart of eugenics time, and
Oh.
we're not going to bypass that either.
Yep.
Oh dear.
64 also played a big role in popularizing this theory. In the 20th century, Hitler and Nazi took great interest in the hollow Earth theory. They took it so seriously that they organized as many as 3 missions to Antarctica. According to conspiracy beliefs, the emissaries of the Third Reich found what they came for. What's more, according to them, Hitler's mysterious disappearance
Wait,
after
can you
the
stop
end
real
of the
quick?
war.
Holy fuck! I think the next video is going to talk about this, but I want you to know, he's saying they found what they were looking for, which is funny, because what they were looking for was the pure Aryan race and Thor's hammer, and that was going to help them win the war.
Don't they
It's
know
crazy.
you can't
The more
lift
you learn
Thor's
about the
hammer?
Nazis, the more crazy they come across.
Yeah.
Yeah, and according to some, though, he found what he was looking for. You know, by all the war winning that he did.
I mean, even Hitler here is like, what are you talking about? Right? He's like, what?
Happened precisely there. He was admitted to the other world, located under our feet. Now let's get back to our time. 2 of the scientists' main proofs of their rightness are volcanic eruptions and gravity. However,
I mean, those are pretty good. Not gonna lie. Lava. Lava is the hot from the down, and I don't understand why you don't get this.
But also, just 2 of the main proofs of what?
Yeah. Is that what he said?
Here's the thing, like, yes, and like no
It
flat
could be worse. It could
earthers
be
or
evidences.
or hollow earthers as well. They don't understand that seismic imaging is a thing, and it's actually pretty accurate.
Yeah, but that's
Like,
all fake.
We can map the Earth underground using seismology.
No, that's just what
like,
they tell you. That's what they want you to believe.
Yeah, that's
I've
just
literally seen these.
yeah, but that's you're just trusting their mathemagic.
But
And,
like we use it to find ore deposits and salt.
According
shit,
to who? According to billionaires. Can you trust a billionaire? Yeah.
Apparently not. No. But I actually just sent a link to a seismic image if you want to show it. It's neat. It's neat.
Link?
It's in the chat here.
You should
One of
be
them
able-
is
You should be able to
I
like
see it.
there's a little TV with an up arrow. That's a screen share. You should be able to do that. Oh, hey, thank you.
Oh. But yeah,
Beautiful.
here's seismic images of the Earth under Central America. And I think that's Western North America over on the right.
Yeah, but
That's
this is
really cool.
CGI.
Oh, right. That's totally a picture
Yeah.
of that they sent you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, how am I supposed to look at this and think that we landed on the moon? Wait, what?
Exactly.
You know what this kind of reminds me of visually? It's sort of like, not actually, but it sort of reminds me of the incredible peek into cyberspace that was given by the wonderful 1997 movie Hackers. Yeah.
However, they do not seem convincing at all according to the supporters of the theory of the Hollow Earth. In June 2014, scientists studied the Earth's mantle, but they don't go far. We have barely scratched the surface of the Earth. We drilled until 13 kilometers inland, but had to stop because it got too hot.
Inland. Inland does not mean into the ground. That's...
No, into Agartha or Shambhala, whichever. Oh, I'm sorry. Shambhala is the inner planet, and Agartha is the main continent.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you're
It is about
inland into Shambhala, Agartha.
Yeah.
That's you're drilling inland towards the land below, and it got too hot because that makes any sense at all. The Earth is hollow. Why is it hot? Maybe that's where we keep the lava.
It's because there's the sun in the center of the Earth, and all of the sun's heat just gets reflected because it's surrounded by the Earth. That's why it's so hot. Yeah.
Because that's how geology works.
That is how geology works.
Doc, care to weigh in?
Yeah, I think we may have.
Did he walk away?
Probably. It probably just got up and was like, nope.
Right.
Oh, sorry, you're talking about me?
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that...
No, we were talking about how the inner Earth works. We're trying to figure out why they drilled down inland, and it got too hot if the Earth is in fact hollow. I think there's a lava barrier, and that's why volcanoes work. Doc thinks that it has something to do with the reflection of the heat from the Earth's inner core sun.
Yeah.
But again, you're the geologist, so you've got to settle this argument.
Now, what I think is that the rotating planes surrounding the hollow Earth are just spinning so fast they start to melt from the friction of rubbing against space.
Yeah.
Well, where do Hitler's special golden children walk around then?
They're made of gold. They can resist the heat. They don't.
Yeah, and they have magical powers.
Oh, God magic! I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah,
Thanks for
white
reminding
people
me.
magic. But yeah.
about 6,500 kilometers to the center of the Earth. We only reached 13. This is nothing, says.
I love how this guy's just not even going to address the fact that he's got glowing-eyed cyclopses on video right now. Okay. Very perplexing.
I mean, aren't those headlamps?
Shut up. No, they're not. They're cyclopses. What? I don't... Nobody ever respects my theories.
Sorry, I haven't had enough alcohol.
One of the researchers.
Well, I mean, whose fault is that?
He's got a point.
Yeah.
In the mission.
Trying to cut back.
This gives Hollow Earth proponents even more reason to say that ultimately no one can know and say for sure what's inside. And they refuse to accept the view that the scientific community is expressing. According to them, there is a whole other world inside the Earth, as were the beliefs of the ancient people. One of the most common names given to a society of underground dwellers is Agartha.
Okay, well, we got a model here.
Yep.
That doesn't look like 6,000 feet.
Miles.
Yeah, miles.
I'm sorry, Miles. You're right. That's what I meant to say.
With a super gentle curve, because of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a pretty gentle curve, though, right?
It is.
Like the thing is, you would eventually fall, and then you just oscillate through the middle. Slowly slowing down as friction with the hollow Earth air just gets you. But that's what would happen if you just jumped down. You go woo woo woo.
I believe I saw that on the documentary channel Cartoon Network.
Yeah. Yep. If you look closely, I think we can find Wile E. Coyote in here somewhere. Hold on. I can't.
Yeah, down there with the
Pyramid
anvil.
of Giza. What do we have? So we have Pyramid of Giza, and that's one of the entrances, I guess.
Yep.
And then there's an ocean here, tiny little ocean that says ocean. And that says Kentucky Mammoth Cave. So
Oh, look, yeah, and you can see where the lava comes through. It's just yeah.
Oh yeah, and there's one
Yeah.
in Brazil too. That's why the Nazis went there.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
see?
Exactly.
Got Brazil right down there. Fantastic. Most of them went to didn't they go to Argentina?
A lot went to. Well, I know a lot
Okay,
of Jews went to
Tapioca,
Argentina.
you want to yell at me for stomping all over your theories, but then you shit on mine. How dare you?
That,
A lot of the Jews
you're
went to
right.
Argentina. I do know that.
After a little research, we found this information in The Smoky God, the biography of a Norwegian sailor named Olaf Jansen. Featured in Agartha, Secrets of the Underground Cities, the story written by Willis Emerson explains how Jansen's ship sailed through Earth's entrance to the surface of the North Pole. For 2 years, Jansen lived with the inhabitants of the Agartha colonies, which Emerson wrote were about
I just want to say,
Stuffed CGI.
2 years. Like he couldn't like. I don't know. Like it feels like he should come back with some evidence, like any.
well,
Not even a fuzzy picture of an Agarthan.
what year was this?
18 something.
Depending on what the something is, they may not have had photos. Right.
Yeah, photography was it the mid 1800s?
Yeah, it was also like there was a series of like the daguerreotype was the first like technology that like was effective, and that was in the early to mid to early, I think. But yeah,
You're taking my joke way too seriously. Look.
Oh, you were joking. Okay, I thought this was a legitimate critique on the scientific.
Yeah,
prowess of this guy.
I'm legitimately wondering why he vacationed with the Agarthans for 2 years, didn't come back with a single picture.
They probably.
I mean, if you can go to
partied
Agartha,
hard.
you can,
or at least like a sketch, you know?
yeah.
Well, actually, there
something.
might be sketches in the book.
That's true.
Yeah, it's probably a picture book.
lived with the inhabitants of the Agartha colonies, which Emerson wrote were about 3.60 meters high, and whose world was lit by a smoky central sun. It is very possible that these are the so-called giants that have been spotted on our lands thousands of years ago.
That's just a completely different claim that has not come up before just now.
Whoa, the giants. Like, where did the giants come from?
Well, they came from Agartha. Were you not listening? He just explained this.
But like, he didn't talk about any of that. It just like totally came out of left field.
Yeah, that's how these
Another
people roll.
giants. Okay.
Well, he's pulling on mythology to help, cement his point as true, because there are historical records of giant people. And here's where they come from.
Yup. Yeah, and Purple raises a good point, though, in the chat. They were an advanced civilization. Even if the humans did not have cameras, then, the advanced people would have.
That's my fucking point. But they have to be fuzzy pictures because, I mean, they're technically cryptids.
Yeah.
Ooh, true.
Yeah.
Well, no, just they would be fuzzy. The explorer guy would be in focus.
Right.
Yeah.
Watch a detailed video about the giants on our channel. According to The Secrets, the inhabitants of Agartha were driven underground by the many upheavals and wars that occurred on the surface of the earth. This happened as a result of the long Atlantean-Lemurian War and the use of thermonuclear weapons.
Oh.
Are you're just gonna spring that on? What?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know about... Wait. You have to know about Lemuria.
Yeah.
Yes, I know about Madagascar. Why?
No, Lemuria. Okay, so Atlantis, obviously Atlantic Ocean. Lemuria, oddly, Pacific Ocean that housed a totally different set of advanced civilized people who weren't into technology like the Atlanteans were. They were more like peaceful, shamanistic types. But the Atlanteans, those bastards, they have to fight everything. And so war.
Oh man, this is gonna hurt. I wish I had alcohol.
Titan, look, you know that Jordan believes everything. Jordan actually came up with a way that the Earth can be both flat and round, so that he lost no viewers.
Jordan's good at what he does. Not gonna lie, what he does is atrocious and painful, but
which ultimately led to the extinction of these two highly developed civilizations. The Sahara, the Gobi, the Australian outback, and the U.S. deserts are just a few examples of the extent of the devastation.
No!
Wait, so you're saying it's a coincidence that New Mexico and Arizona were nuked to all hell?
I mean, they were nuked to all hell because there's nothing there.
Well, there's nothing there because they were nuked to all hell.
Hello?
Yeah.
I mean, there was there, clearly, and now there's not. And that can only be the result of an Atlantean Lemurian war. Duh.
Just like, yeah, sure, weather patterns don't happen, I guess. No such thing.
It's hilarious. The explanation here is literally deserts seem less likely than thermonuclear war with ancient aliens.
See, yes, yeah. You and Purple are getting it.
Yeah. It's not possible.
Some cities were created as refuges for the people and as safe repositories for the sacred records, teachings, and technologies that these ancient cultures benefited from. There are known to be several entrances to the realm of Agartha around the world. Mammoth Cave in south-central Kentucky, USA. Mount Shasta, California, USA.
Is Mammoth Cave an entrance to Agartha?
Oh.
It is known.
It is known. What do you mean, no?
No.
Do you know anything about said cave? Like, have you been there?
Do you even geology?
Sometimes.
Do you even geology, bro?
You probably
on rare
think
occasions
this is
I have been known to geology.
Yeah. Mount Shasta. I wonder how far away that is. I could go to Agartha, you guys.
Oh, yeah. Was your sister in Agartha? Is that why she went to the mountain?
I don't think so, but she went camping with my grandparents and saw a lot of deer.
Were they deer or were they
was that
alien
like what she had to tell you?
Oh,
because you can't like talk about it.
You're right.
Yeah, they were probably exactly.
I'm sure it's a euphemism for Agarthans.
Yeah.
The city of Agartha, Telos, is believed to lie beneath this mountain. Manaus, Brazil. Mato Grosso, Brazil. Posed cities believed to be located below this plain. Iguazu Falls, on the border between Brazil and Argentina.
Failed.
Oh, did it? Is that what that word was?
Iguazu Falls, Brazil. Posed cities believe.
Posited. Yeah, that's what that.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was like
this is totally not AI.
Yeah.
AI wouldn't make a mistake.
Yeah, they would. They totally would. Not good ones. Good AI wouldn't make that mistake, but good AI is expensive.
Okay, so you remember what I said earlier about him sounding like a Korean documentary narrator?
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually sharing something right now that illustrates that point. Like he sound like. Okay, so this is from a dinosaur documentary from like the early mid 2000s, and I'm just gonna let like the first 30 seconds or so play.
Okay.
From a distance, the forest seems calm. but within its confines is an unending struggle for survival. This peaceful Protoceratops is struck down by a ferocious meat-eater. It is the Tarbosaurus, the last king in the age of the dinosaurs.
This isn't going to get my channel struck down, is it?
I
I'm
don't
not
think
familiar
it
with
should.
this one.
Well,
But, like,
not if we
it sounds
actually
just
do
like
the
it,
fair use
doesn't it?
thing.
Okay.
A little, yeah. No, I know what you mean. But better. It sounds better.
Well, isn't that damning praise?
All right. Let's put this down before anything.
Believed to be located below this plain. Iguazu Falls, on the border between Brazil and Argentina. Mount Epomeo, Italy. Himalayan mountains, Tibet. The entrance to the underground city of Shanshe is guarded by Hindu monks. Mongolia.
Is that a real place? The underground city of Shanshe? I've never heard of it. It sounds cool.
I've never heard
I
of
want to
it.
go to a place guarded by Tibetan monks. They're the
Sounds like a
closest
great
thing we
time.
have to Jedi.
The underground city of Xinhua is located under the border between Mongolia and China. Rama, India. Some claim that beneath the surface of this city is the long-lost underground city of Rama. The pyramids of Giza, Egypt. King Solomon's mines, North and South Pole. Unlike Christians, Buddhists in Central Asia believe that there is a wonderful land
Crystal has
beneath
a good question here. All right, it has to have a guardian because that's what you do.
Well, yeah.
And it has to be with Buddhist monks, Hindu monks, sorry. Because who would assume that they would have it? Nobody fucks with Hindu monks. So they should be the keepers of the magic gate.
I wonder if that's what the Garden of Eden is. Oh,
I
wait,
feel
no,
like
that's
I
in
had
Jackson
to-
County, Missouri.
Oh wait, no, I think that's in Outer Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Specifically
think
Jackson County, Missouri.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Does
The
this
Earth,
channel have
Agartha.
a special hate for Jackson County, Missouri?
Now, Jackson County, Missouri is where Joseph Smith said that.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's also where Jesus is coming back.
Oh yeah.
He had like a particular like there was an address. He was like, it's at this intersection of these two streets. That's where Jesus is coming back.
Of course he did. Like,
Joseph Smith is a treasure of historical hilarity. Like, seriously, HBO needs to make a whole thing about all of Mormon history, just all of it, because it's all so entertaining.
it is
And-
like
or
just
Agartha.
it is just a drama made religious.
Yeah. I mean, this random religious psycho dude got a large enough militia that he was able to have multiple wars with the state of Missouri. What?
It's like not what's the show about, like, mafia people in New York?
Sopranos?
Yeah, it's like if someone made a religion out of the Sopranos.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
The people there are beautiful and much wiser than us. There reigns a king who can read human souls. For millennia, Tibetan scholars have spoken of an underworld, saying that they are in contact with the king of the underworld, who is also the supreme ruler of the entire planet. They speak and write of a tunnel connecting Tibet to the inner world, and note that there are many other entrances scattered throughout the earth. The capital of this inner world.
I mean,
and
we
their-
know this because we found all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have technology that we got from there.
Right.
I mean, I think we'll know this because
multiple
it's
entrances.
so.
Plus those two huge ones at the poles that,
Gaping.
we just don't notice because we can't tell that we're going into it.
Yeah.
The Earth is bearing itself for us to understand. That's why.
Maybe the Canadians know, and they're just too nice to tell us.
Yeah, they have probably some like awesome, crazy photos, but they realize they just look too much like a giant cosmic goatsy, so they don't want to. They don't want to look at it. Yeah.
Therefore, the whole world, as they say, is Shambhala, where the ruler of the world is surrounded by superior beings who teach the representatives of humanity's science, art, religion, and philosophy. In India, there's an ancient belief.
Okay, you don't have to be a superior being to know science, philosophy, religion, and art, and all of that stuff. Like, we can do that perfectly well on our own, and you don't even have to be white. Just saying.
But it helps. I mean,
about underground.
I mean, it does.
Godliness.
It does help, Maya, but only because being white just generically helps in life.
Yeah.
You just, it's a lot easier to get a lot farther. You can just sort of fail upwards. I mean, it's great. Story of my life.
Listen, Tap, I don't know why you keep resisting. You need to just relax and embrace two holes, one earth.
Yeah. I got to embrace the goatsy earth. Embrace the goatsy earth. And relax. Just, it'll all go easier if I just relax.
Ground race of snake people who live in the cities of Patala and Bogati. According to legend, they waged war.
Do it! Oh my god, yes. Do it!
Against the kingdom of Agartha. The Nagas, according to William Michael Mott's Assassins of the Deep, are a highly advanced race or species with highly developed technology. They also despise human beings, whom they are said to abduct, torture, and even eat. This is very reminiscent of the claims of an alien reptoid race, both in appearance.
Shit.
What was that? What was that, Doc?
What else? Did he say eat, or did he say something else?
Eat? I heard eat.
Was it eat? Okay.
I heard eat.
Yeah. What did you hear?
Okay. I didn't know.
Okay. Yeah, no. I was thinking he was going the anal probing route.
I don't know. Like, that's more for like visitors from outer space. Inner Earth, I don't know.
Look,
I've never heard of them.
That's what I was preparing
probing.
for. I was preparing for the whole probing. Well, that's why I was talking about, just relaxing and loosening up. It makes the probing go a lot easier.
No, look, that's for people. Okay, so anal probes are for like when the gray aliens come into outer space. I mean, from outer space, and they're seeing like new specimens, so they need to like figure us out. So they're like taking
internal butt pictures.
I mean,
whatever. Apparently,
that's what we do at the doctor's office, or at vet offices. Like, it's just a rectal thermometer.
Yeah, or whatever you do in there. Like, I'm not an alien. I don't know what they do on alien spaceships. If I'm ever abducted, I'll tell you all about it. Anyways, inner Earth people don't need to do that because they're already white people. Like, they know all about us. Only they're the better version of you. The Hitler's special blessed children.
Yeah, they're me if I was blonde, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they don't need to take
one true
probes.
failing.
You come from them.
You should have seen me when I was a kid. I was totally blonde. And you can kind of tell because I have like that shade of brown that when I was a kid, it used to be blonde.
I don't know. You look like a ginger. I keep telling you this. Nobody believes you're brown.
That's because I have the saturation like really turned up on my camera so that I just look really pink all the time.
So you don't blind us?
Yeah, I mean,
I do appreciate you for not blinding the chat every fucking stream.
Appearance and behavior. More details on the reptoids can be found in our video on alien races and humans.
Can they?
While the entrance to Bogavati is somewhere in the Himalayas, believers claim that Patala can be entered through Sheshna's well in Benares, India. Mott writes that this entrance has 40 steps descending at the round end of a shaft at a closed stone door surmounted by a bas-relief depicting a cobra. There is also a...
Okay.
Wait. So there's like a cool temple place, and then there's a staircase with 40 steps, and then there's a door with a cobra on it. Therefore, that is an entrance to the Hollow Earth. I mean, that escalated.
That tracks.
The Hollow Earth is just 40 steps beneath us.
I mean, yeah.
Well, those are really big steps, because didn't earlier he say that it was like the crust was really thick?
You said that the Sims said that the crust is like 1,000 miles.
Something like that, yeah.
And that actually would track vaguely with the high quality map that we were given earlier, if I can find it.
Yeah,
I can't find it.
Yeah, so we all remember it.
This is a cool place, though. I don't know where this is, but I want to visit.
That is cool.
Look at that. That's awesome.
A great mystic temple in Tibet called Batala, which is said by the people to have an ancient cave at the top and a tunnel system that reaches across the Asian continent and beyond. The Naga
I just want to, like...
ancient cave at the
There's
top
been a lot
and a tunnel
of
system.
usage of this stock footage.
Oh, hey, look.
This is like fourth time.
Dave is, I don't know, solidarity.
Yeah, there we go.
That reaches across the Asian continent and beyond. The Nagas also have an affinity for water, and the entrances to their subterranean palaces are often thought to be hidden at the bottom of wells, deep lakes, and rivers.
You know, wells are just big holes that we dug to get the water down at the bottom, right? Like,
No, they're portals.
that's what wardrobes are for. Okay? If it's not a portal to Narnia, I didn't have a follow-up to that. I'll stop talking.
The Old Ones. In an Atlantis Rising article titled The Hollow Earth, Myth or Reality, Brad Steiger writes
Myth.
about the legends of the Old Ones, an
Oh, I
ancient
was
race that
wrong.
inhabited the upper world millions of years ago and then moved underground. The Old Ones, an extremely intelligent and a scientifically developed race, Steiger writes, have chosen to restructure their own environment below the surface of the planet and produce everything for their needs. The Old Ones are humanoids with lifespans much longer than humans. They often kidnap the human children of teachers and raise them as their own.
Rude.
Why teachers? Why teachers?
Yeah, that's not clear.
One of the most controversial theories about Earth's inner inhabitants is the Shaver Mysteries. In 1945, Amazing Stories magazine published a story told by Richard Shaver, who claimed to have recently been a guest of what was left of an underground civilization. Although there were people who truly believed the story, many others suspected that Shaver was actually mentally ill.
Yeah.
You don't say.
Or just having a blast, you know? Like, there are people out there who sometimes enjoy pretending to be crackpots because it's hilarious. It's hilarious to put on the mask and have people try and convince you that the Earth is not flat when you... Oh, it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
However, Richard, for his part, insists that his story is true. He claims that the old race, or Titans, came to this planet from another solar system in the prehistoric past. After a while, living on the surface, they realized that the sun was causing them to dry out prematurely. So they fled underground, building huge underground complexes in which to live.
Oh my god, these are just like reclusive people who played too much World of Warcraft. That's what this is. That's what's being described right here.
World of Warcraft is underground.
Make love, not Warcraft.
Eventually,
Make Love
they
and
decided to seek
Warcraft?
I mean,
The Forbidden
Doesn't that
Act
just make
of
you
two
a-
married
like a-
nerds.
a new home on a new planet due to the damaging radiation from the sun leaving Earth. They leave behind underground cities inhabited by a minority of noble and human Theros, while most have degenerated over time into a mentally disabled and sadistic population known as Deros, short for harmful robots. Robots.
what? Wait, what?
What?
What is happening? What?
All right, yeah.
Fan fiction is collapsing.
I'll be honest. Nazis didn't believe in inner Earth robots.
Yeah, like
Shaver clarifiers are not mechanical machines, but are compared to robots because of their emotional.
And then you have this.
Nothing but the best for you.
Not gonna lie though, I prefer this.
Behavior. It is these creatures that Shaver claims to have encountered. Despite the immense popularity of the Shaver mysteries, the location of the entrance to this underworld is never revealed. Over queerly? Absolutely. But it is said that under the earth there's an inner core, an outer core, a mantle, an upper mantle, and a crust. Without anyone having been there and seen them, why then reject any other version of what lies beneath their feet?
Have you been there? Like I said that. You have not been there. You can't know.
You literally said if you can't go there yourself and see it, why should we believe it?
Why even entertain it?
You know, I'm in World War II, and I haven't seen a submarine in Sector Z12. Just because the radar says it's there doesn't mean it's there.
It's just so bafflingly, obviously wrong, but it's like the fundamental logical fallacy that lies at the root of like most other fallacies. It's not immediately obvious in the most surface level way that I can think of, therefore it doesn't exist. Use your brain. If, despite all indications to the contrary, you have one.
Yeah. You know what? We can end this one on that note.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Hilarious.
Okay, well, this is not going to be better, though, Maya. Right?
You have a special treat for everyone, correct?
I have not been spoiled. What's next?
I've seen only bits of this one myself.
I haven't watched. This will be the first time I see it. I wanted to be surprised. I'm never surprised anymore. So
that's true. Yeah, that's true. You don't get to. Yeah.
And the Indiana.
But okay, so we're starting off great though. So this is the dude from.
Oh wait a minute! No, you wanted an intermission video.
Oh my god.
That's the one. This I've seen. The intermission video I have not seen.
Oh, that. Yeah. No, I totally forgot about that. Let me pull that up.
You threw a fucking fit to get that on the show today.
Maya, I forgot. What do you want from me? I didn't throw a fit. I said, let's do it. And you were like, yeah, let's do it.
Mom, Dad, please stop
You're
fighting.
like, I'm not going to do any videos unless I can play this embarrassing one.
Oh my god. Well, now I can't find it.
I'm playing with you, God. Calm down.
Okay, here it is. Oh wait, no. He replaced it with a different one.
What? Son of a bitch.
There should be the new one. He posted it in. There we go. Okay. Right. I got it. I have it. Screen share this tab instead. Okay. So this is from our friend Beansy.
I think I see a fractal pattern emerging.
You have this on a loop?
No, it's not. It's about to finish.
No.
Well, I guess or that or it just goes 3 times. I think you should probably cut it down to 2 iterations of it, but
You know, it works
it's better.
here.
So I think there's only one piece of context that needs to be given for that video, and that's that originally Tapioca was dancing to porno music. That is the only context people need.
I don't even remember what I was dancing to, but yeah, that yeah.
No, I was
There you go,
I
chat.
can't remember. But oh god, Beamsy had a health issue and was unable to be with us tonight. But he's here with us in spirit.
Yeah, so John Hudson, yeah, you're exhausted. Like, yeah, it's actually, I'm not in particularly good shape. Okay, it's a heavy trench coat. Yeah,
Hey,
highly
I
photorealistic.
told you guys are in for a treat. We did not disappoint.
Yeah, and oh man, it's amazing how low of a bar like we set the standard that we compare ourselves to, because like we're following it up by making fun of Nazis. Like we're just teeing it up for ourselves. I love it.
I think Titan was a palate cleanser. All right.
That was the palate cleanser. How dare you?
Is it bad that I would actually consider buying that Carol set? Because that was
I said that. I was like, I really want to buy that set, and it would be my opener. Like every fucking like a different
pay
soap would be my
$69
opener
for
every Oh yeah, I'd pay twice that. It's just
No, I would only pay $69 for that. I wouldn't pay it like if it was on discount, you know, for the meme.
Jones, Marvel, and DC Comics and Films. Fanatical Nazi.
All right, real quick. So okay, so that was the crazy shit.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we're not done with crazy shit. This video ties Nazis to Inner Earth people. Because we were all wondering why the Nazis were concerned or like believed that there were like Nordic, like the Nordic blonde hair, blue eyes, like that whole thing, like why they were obsessed with that. And that's because it's the people inside the earth are that. And they have magic god powers that will help them win the war.
Yup.
So this goes into that a little more.
I mean, I will say, if there were people underground, they would be really freaking pale, but...
Yeah, and that wouldn't take very long to develop either. That would take like a couple generations at most.
Yeah.
Artifacts to make super
skin
weapons.
Color is actually weirdly plastic.
Yeah.
I was I forgot the name of that one guy, and actually we just saw it not too long ago, and then it was like the guy and then his closest living relative.
Oh, Cheddar Man.
Cheddar Man, thank you. It was like right on the tip of my tongue. Yeah. Yeah, and that was what, 40,000 years ago. We still have brown people in Europe. Like that's like really close.
I think it was less than that.
Yeah, I thought it was like
No, well, Cheddar Man, I believe, was 40,000 years old.
No, it was 10,000.
Oh, he was only 10?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
From radiocarbon dates, yeah.
That's even, oh my God, that's even closer. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe,
Yeah, no.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting him confused with, the Neanderthals. And they were 40,000 years ago, right?
Yeah,
roughly,
they were not. They were probably not around 10,000 years ago, were they? Maybe.
No.
I don't believe
I don't think we have any evidence for that, though.
Neanderthal DNA and Homo sapiens.
No,
well, yeah. You probably have Neanderthal DNA in you, and
I have chimp. Don't you know, Maya, that we are 98% chimp
and 60% banana?
Yeah.
I know that's a lie. Don't.
I mean, you humans are. Yeah, actually, kind of on that note, like humans have evolved like darker skin. I think 3 or 4 separate times, from like ancestrally paler.
Yeah.
Well, also a lot of it isn't even genetic. A lot of it is like gene expression in other less technically. I don't know what that it's all thing. Like epigenetic is a word. I don't know.
I think it is. I could be wrong though.
But I think it's a mix. There's a lot of specific things that go into it, obviously. So
yeah,
this guy has books. Books are smart.
Books mean you're right.
There appears to be a lot of books behind him. That's certain.
Wait, that might be wallpaper.
Let's go.
Will achieve world domination. Sturmbannführer Arnold Ernst Todt racing Indiana to find the Ark of the Covenant. Johann Schmidt, also known as the Red Skull, fighting the Avengers to take control of the Tesseract.
Huh?
Baroness.
You mean?
No, I was just saying that's really fast. Is it just me?
It's at 1.25. Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say, regardless of the batshit stuff this guy is going to say, he has a neat mustache.
Well, I'm not sure. Is this guy might not be I think this guy's on the up and up. I think he's going to be. Actually, I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Powers to fight.
I haven't seen it.
Wild fantasies dreamed up by screenwriters and comic book creators? Not entirely. One of the most powerful Nazis, Reichsführer SS Heinrich Himmler, leads programs to achieve exactly that. He even goes hunting for Mjolnir, Thor's hammer.
But he's not going to be able to pick it up. You're muted, Maya.
I didn't say anything.
I was
just like, hey, he said Thor's hammer.
Real-time special on Heinrich Himmler and his neo-pagan.
Some people in the chat were questioning me on that, and I'm like, no, I mean, and he's not even the first person to say this. Like, I've heard a couple of people say he was on the hunt for Thor's hammer.
Yeah, I legit learned this stuff, and then I Googled some of it, and I was like, wait, what? When I saw Hellboy, Hellboy talked about a bunch of it. I'm not joking.
No, I've never seen Hellboy, but yeah,
yeah,
why not?
Leaves. Thor's hammer is part of Himmler's belief in pagan gods, Germanic myth, and pseudoscience. He has fused all of this together to create a new religion that he wants the German race to adopt, and has ordered his minions to search the globe for evidence of ancient Aryan power. This image of the Nazis as occultists will become firmly entrenched in post-war fiction. But how successful has Himmler actually been in creating his Nazi cult? That is what we will look at today.
What year is he talking in? He's anachronistically talking as though this is ongoing stuff.
Okay, if you're talking about the fiction that lives on, then yeah, that's right now today. But he's talking about their origins, and then that's...
Yeah, well, he's saying how far has Himmler come, as though Himmler is still alive. And it seems to be a bit that's I mean
it feels like in a documentary the narration is often set in media res. I think that's what he's kind of going for.
Okay.
While Himmler might not be able to control the religious traditions of the entire Aryan race, or as it actually is, the Christian majority of the German population, he can control the SS. So that is where he begins. He invents new ceremonies for marriages and births which combine National Socialism with paganism. According to a set of official instructions, an SS wedding opens with an officer reading quotations from Mein Kampf. The bride and groom then light a candle as a symbol of the commencement of a new Germanic bloodline. Then they shake hands and commit to a shared life and shared work for the nation. Himmler encourages marriage mainly to create Aryan children, ideally lots of them. He's not too fussed about monogamy, as long as any illegitimate children are born to racially worthy women. Anna has already talked about the Nazi breeding farms in the Lebensborn program on the home front. You can watch that for more detail.
Yeah, I mean, am I the only one that knows about the Nazi breeding farms? Or
I'd never heard of them before, actually.
Yeah, Himmler's special project. I believe they're like oh my God, it was so crazy when I was looking into it. He would have women like just look at like pictures of men and then like point to one that they liked, and they'd go to a room and I don't know, until she got knocked up. They actually kept, like you're saying, a lot of them got married, but then there were some that were just like single moms, and they like kept them. Like they were like, they got money, food stamps, free living quarters, the whole nine. And after the war, like I want to say there was like 12,000 of them or something crazy, and they were not treated well after the war. Yeah. Yeah. But it wasn't even just that. He would also steal children that were deemed worthy, and then like just off the street, if they saw like a blonde hair, blue eyed kid and they had certain characteristics, they'd steal them, take them to an SS couple, and have them raise them as a proper Aryan child.
Huh.
And that's just the overview from what I remember reading a couple of years ago. It's dark. It's really dark.
It is dark, but I do find it interesting that they let the woman choose. Like that doesn't sound like a thing the Nazis would do.
I mean, yeah, they weren't you wanted her to be happy to have the children.
Oh.
And raise
it's a
them
lot
properly.
easier to get it's a lot easier to get people to do what you want when
it appears to be their decision.
Yeah.
But the basic principle is that single mothers are cared for as long as they raise their child a committed National Socialist. Himmler also turns to ancient traditions to try and increase the fertility of his SS. In 1937, Himmler states that for some Germanic tribes, it was only at the summer solstice that children were procreated and sexual intercourse took place. He organizes elaborate solstice celebrations of dancing, gymnastics, and speeches. Here, SS men are introduced to members of the National Socialist Women's League in order to, have sex in order to bring the Führer a baby. Himmler has also great fears that the handsome men of the SS might find each other a more attractive alternative.
Well,
I mean, hey, if you're stuck in a bunker with them for 3 months, $20 is $20.
Well, they also had to be attractive so that women would want to be with them.
yeah.
And apparently Hitler thought that they were so attractive that they would rather, which is
that
interesting.
Sounds like a you thing that's going on there, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like Hitler
We need to
was
make sure that we invite them.
absurdly messed up in the best of times.
Yeah.
a more attractive alternative. We need to make sure that we invite the best girls rather than the inferior ones and give SS men the chance to dance with the girls and enjoy themselves to make sure that no one is ever set on the wrong road towards homosexuality. Note his classification of superior.
Real quick, they really did not like trans people or homosexuals.
Yeah.
By this time, all of the ones that had been in society were no longer seen or heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, not surprised.
Superior and inferior. What can I say? In any case, if all of this works out and Himmler's SS babies arrive, they are given a naming ceremony rather than a christening. The ceremony takes place in a room decorated with portraits of German Führer Adolf Hitler, SS flags, and runes, and Lebensborn babies are welcomed into the SS with a touch of a ceremonial dagger. Sometimes you have to be glad for the babies that they are not aware of what's going on. You see, on occasion, they are subjected to passages read, or even worse, sung chorally from Mein Kampf, which, if you haven't read it, is arguably one of the worst pieces of literature forged by human hand. And I'm not speaking only of the content. Hitler and his ghostwriter Rudolf Hess were not the best authors, to put it mildly.
Man,
understatement.
Yeah, it always strikes me every time like I learn and hear about Nazi Germany, the extent to which this was also a personality cult about this one guy. At like a level that is insane to me. Just like insane.
Yeah, don't meet a Trump supporter, I'm just saying.
I know, but that isn't.
I mean, there's a reason that, and not just because, when in doubt, the Holocaust, like a lot of parallels.
Yeah, well, yeah, no,
Yeah. Just a couple.
In any case, then an SS officer, sometimes even Himmler himself, makes a declaration to God. Himmler never entirely clarifies which god has replaced the Abrahamic Jehovah. Mostly he speaks of a Germanic god called Varalda, or the Ancient One, or simply of a higher power. Anyway, the declaration is that we believe in the God of the universe and in the mission of our German blood that grows eternally young from the German soil. We believe in the nation, the bearer of this blood, and in the Führer whom God has given us.
Okay, can you stop?
None of these...
I don't think he said it, and I can't remember if he says it in this video, but like all of them had been Catholic, and then they had to like denounce Catholicism. Himmler did not like the Catholic faith because they were too lenient to Jews and homosexuals.
Yeah,
that's saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how dare you let them live at all? I'm sorry.
Programs
I just
are
wanted to throw that in.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Successful, sure, a few thousand babies are born under all of these efforts, but would these people, most of whom are in their late teens and 20s, not have had babies anyway? And his idea to indoctrinate newborns into fanatical Nazis fails on a simple premise. Time is not on his side. As for the wedding ceremonies as a path towards England...
He didn't know that, though. Like, imagine if Hitler... I mean, you can't really imagine it because Hitler was so obviously and inevitably the architect of his own destruction because he was crazy.
There's a reason why other Nazis attempted to kill him.
Yeah, the guy was straight up crazy. But if somehow, he'd been able to stick around for 40 years, like, man, what would have happened? Like, brainwashing for a decade is one thing. Brainwashing for 40 years... I don't know. It's different.
All right. So, real quick. Stephanie Helms left the stream and she's very mad at me. She was like, I had to leave. This is not a topic for humor. It just isn't. Stop it. God damn it. Stop it. All right. Here's my issue. There are people like Doktor Deino who don't understand that. And also like Dr. Tapioca Weasel, where it's just like, I see things and I think that people are just being silly and this looks stupid and I don't know why they would do it and I'm just going to look the other way. The reason I really wanted to go over this piece, we're not making fun of this guy. This guy is actually educating on like when people are like Jordan, people like Spirit Science, what they're doing is Nazi propaganda. Like this is why you shouldn't follow them because it's harmful to people. And I don't, I'm sorry if we didn't make that very clear, but like when I feel like the tone switched egregiously when we switched over to this topic, and I am taking it very seriously and I am adding context because I want everyone to understand Nazi propaganda when they see it and that people aren't just being stupid and they're not just making stuff up. They want us to forget so we don't see it when it happens. And it's happening. And Steph, I'm sorry, if you want to go on stream and rant about me, putting this stuff out there, go ahead. But I'm going to educate. Because everybody should know about this. And they stopped teaching it in schools. And I mean, like back in the 50s, they actually used to have anti-propaganda classes so that we wouldn't forget, that we wouldn't fall prey to, all of this bullshit. And now we have things like Spirit Science just, using it for fodder and nobody sees it. Like all the time I'm saying, oh my God, this is Nazi propaganda. And everybody's like, what? I can't, like, I feel like I'm not doing my job. Like, I feel like my goal in life is to leave the world a better place than I found it. And I don't feel like a decent human being if I keep this to myself. So for anybody who needs to hate me, go ahead. But I'm not stopping.
I mean, like, I agree with you. Like, stuff like this, it needs to be confronted. It can't just be avoided. And, like, I will say I do generally go at stuff like this from, like, a more science angle. Like, hey, no, this isn't science. That's not how that works. But it does have effects on people's lives, and it can be a lead-in to much more harmful conspiracies. And it's a good idea to point that out before people start falling down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Ingrained traditions as a basis for a new religion, there are quite a few weddings SS style. But does that matter? Does getting married in a church by force make you a proselytizing, true-believing Christian? Like most weddings, the groom and bride have higher priorities, getting on with life while getting some regular vitamin P. But why does Himmler want so desperately to have a new religion?
All right, I don't know why that got me.
I think it's the mustache.
His fascination
like
began
after
like
serious and factual, and then just
yeah.
He and his fellow Nazis failed in the Nazi beer hall putsch of 1923 in Munich. Despite his party membership, he was still searching for his own ideology. By this point, he had already rejected his Catholic faith, believing it too soft on the Jews and a hotbed of homosexuality. In 1925, the same year that he joined Hitler's protection unit, the Schutzstaffel, or SS, he read the book Germania by Roman historian Tacitus. In his diary, Himmler wrote that Tacitus' description of the Germanic tribes of Central Europe was a wonderful portrait of how high, pure, and capable our ancestors were. This is how we will become again. He also read books on astrology.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely places and times when I've seen how people turn. Sometimes, like, the first sign sometimes is is like this fetishization of like these ancient cultures, and
well, and you also have to remember, like, it's not an actual culture. It did start, like, there was a, what do you call it, in the 1800s, like they started going to India, and there was this deep dive into like Indian cultures, and Aryan was how people in the Iran and India, parts of India, like the spanning those areas, talked about themselves. And I think, oh God, I forgot the term. It's like special people or something, like not chosen people, but like
that sort of thing. Yeah,
where the like, I don't know.
The elect?
No, it wasn't that bad. It's like if you, in Chinese, I think China means center land. And so like, and then there's like everything else. So like with them, it's like, well, we're the dignified people, or we're the, something like that. I'll find it and let you know. But it was just like, they're us, we're the people, and then there's, the rest of you. So they had like different terms for us versus them. And when
everybody's done, like humans have always done that.
yes.
Yeah.
Just like us, it's like, you're either American or you're illegal, you're the illegals, so stuff like that. And then when the British and, the French and, whatever came over, they started going through the books, found these words, and a lot of it was misinterpreted. And then a lot like today, non-scholars pick up things, and then it kind of, gets a little out of control. So by the time you get to Hitler, there's a special race of people that come from over there. We'll say Hitler. Well, yeah, that's what would have reached Hitler, but by the 1930s, that's what was going on around there. And then
over there became here, right?
Yeah, right.
Because Germany,
And then also, and I'm not sure, I'm still trying to figure out what happened, but the Nordic features became, like, once it got to Europe, the Nordic features became the gold standard. And again, not just with Nazis, like, these were things that were going around, with all the other, anti-Semitic propaganda. And Hitler, well, I mean, Hitler did buy into it, but like Himmler is really the one that like kind of went off and running with it, to the point where, like he's saying, he was making it a religion.
Yeah. Crazy attracts crazy.
It's insane. Like, I all the people that were at the top, like, and I'm not even saying this like, as how we talk about people who are legit crazy. Like, I every time I read about them, I like am wondering if there's serious mental problems with them, because like,
yeah. Oh, I mean, for sure,
like,
there was that.
What they thought and how they thought it, and how you could do this to people. It's just insane to me.
Yeah.
It is, and I feel it is sad that that's kind of the story of humanity in a lot of ways. Like, this was one of the more recent examples, but stuff like this has been happening all throughout human history. It's sad to see.
Yeah.
And telepathy. Himmler is certainly not alone in his beliefs. The Völkisch nationalist movement has a prominent neo-pagan and occultist subsection. At the end of the 19th century, an Austrian named Guido von List created a new religion based on the worship of the god Wotan, better known in English as Odin. He claimed that ancient Aryan priests had left behind their knowledge in a set of runes that were revealed to him in a dream. Another Austrian named Jörg Lanz Liebenfels wrote of an Aryan race descended from interstellar gods who would once again rule over the subhumans. The Tulu Society argued that Germans were descended from Aryans who had lived on a lost Arctic island. Several leading Nazis like Dietrich Eckart, Alfred Rosenberg.
So, oh my God, the Tulu Society, oh my God. I've heard, I mean, it's crazy. They were supposedly psychic. So a lot of the, like, you heard about the Nazis and the, like, how they were trying to get, like, psychics to do, like, remote viewing and astral projection and all those things so that they could spy telepathically on the enemy.
I mean, if it worked, like...
That would be,
that'd be pretty lit from a information gathering point of view.
Right. And what do you call it? So they're the reason they thought that. So like the people in I believe it's Tool or Thule. I'm not really sure. I've heard it pronounced both ways. They're the reason that they started with these psychic trials because they were saying, like, this is real and we can do this. And, we saw this and this is why this is why we know this. And this is why you should believe us. And it just really at it. But so if you're wondering why they were doing all those things, like this society kind of jumped all that off.
Yeah. And they weren't, I mean, it wasn't just the Nazis who thought that some of that stuff might be real. Like, a lot of people think that telepathy is like a thing that some people can maybe do.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, was it in the 60s? America had a huge craze about it. And like
the government was
huge rewards.
Our government was well, you can't let Nazis get one over on you. So yeah, they started toying with it to see if there was anything to it. But I believe was it the 80s, or somebody correct me if I'm wrong. They stopped it because it was too unpredictable. I believe it was like less than chance, the accuracy.
Yeah.
And Rudolf Hess belonged to that society. After taking charge of the SS in 1929, Himmler decides he must lead Germany in returning to pre-Christian Germanic traditions. Only then would the Aryan race triumph in the conflict between the human and the subhuman. Himmler quickly sets to work after the Nazis seized power in 1933. He recruits a man named Karl Maria Willgut, a Rasputin-like Austrian mystic. This new SS member claims he can access the knowledge of ancient Germanic tribes by going into a clairvoyant trance. Now, Himmler isn't aware, and I'm not sure that he would care if he was, but Willgut is a diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic who at one point spent 3 years locked up in an asylum. Willgut's wife will also claim that he was a violent drunk who beat her and had an unhealthy desire towards their daughters.
See, and this is the kind of shit I'm talking about, where these fucks are just like legit crazy. And again, not saying that in a joking way. It's just like all of them have like fucked up shit going on like this.
Yeah. I mean, they're at the very least, to be a Nazi at this level, you have to be, one, a hardcore narcissist, and two, a psychopath.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need like both of those.
Heavy on
minimum.
the psychopath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you order like 6 million. Well, it's not, there was just 6 million Jews. There were other people. Cause you got to remember, they didn't like black people. They didn't like old people. They didn't like the crippled, or the LGBT. Like all of those were getting put in the wood chipper. It just, and like that you're just okay doing this to people. It's insane to me.
And that's part of why I say, you know, if you want to make fun of Nazis, do it. Do it.
Yeah.
All like they are. Yeah. Just do it. Make fun of them.
Yeah.
They suck. They're stupid. They're.
And I know. I know Steph said she's like mad at me for like, I don't know, making fun of Nazis, but I'm like, I want to say something to the trans people. Like, it's not your fucking turn. You're in this with us. I am black and a woman. Like, don't act like it's just you. Don't act like they're not looking at me. They are right now today gerrymandering. Like, another thing is going to the Supreme Court. They're right now today trying to figure out how to take all reproductive rights away from women, including birth control. And for Black women specifically, they know that we have higher mortality rates. And so that's like, so all of this is part of how they kill us off. So I don't really want to hear like anything from other groups about like how I'm like making fun of shit. Like, I'm not going to be like in the concentration camps with you. Like, I'm seriously trying to get my passport together in case I have to like leave the country without notice. So like I'm not here for the bullshit. If you want to be mad at me, go ahead. But we're going round and round because this isn't funny to me either. I'm sorry.
Like,
I'm sorry.
No,
Steph's comment just really pissed me off. I mean, I understand she's scared, but I mean, fuck, so am I. I mean, and the thing is, she passes. She could just lie. I can't do that shit. It really pisses me off when people get like this. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're totally fine. Like, and I agree with you. Like, there's a few reasons why I'm currently looking at university in Canada rather than the U.S. A few.
Yeah, make sure it's not Russia. Russia has taken their international students and found ways to put them in jail and is making them fight on the front lines for their freedom.
Yeah, I would never consider Russia.
No, I just had to put that out there because, we're doing a political stream now. So
that sounds like a good way to get people
we're talking
to
about
sabotage
Nazis.
Yeah. Why not throw Putin in there? Because, goddamn. All right, let's get back to the video.
Vilgut, none of that makes him very special within the SS. If you look at the SS elite's criminal and mental health records, and Berlin of this time was Gotham City, the SS would have overpopulated Arkham Asylum in a nanosecond. Okay, so now that Himmler has his theologian, like any good cult, he needs some sort of central shrine. So Himmler takes over Wewelsburg Castle near the town of Büren, Westphalia in August 1934. It's near the Teutoburg forest, where tradition has it that Hermann the Cheruscan, better known as Arminius, beat Publius Quinctilius Varus in the battle that stopped the Roman northward expansion in the year 4 AD. Himmler believes the castle is blessed with what he calls original German blood. Vilgut claims that the castle will see battle again in a future war between West and East. Himmler sets out ambitious plans for the castle and an SS township. In fact, his plans are too ambitious. Neither the main hall nor the crypt will be completed by the end of the war. No weddings, cults, rituals, or other ceremonies will take place here. Only once will the SS Gruppenführer hold their conference at Wewelsburg in June 1941. He does build a museum containing Germanic artifacts from the region and a special storage room where the Ehrenringe, or honor rings of dead SS officers, are held. Designed by Vilgut, these rings incorporate the distinctive SS death's head, a swastika, and various runes purported to represent ancestry, camaraderie, and the power of the sun. Himmler believes that by gathering the rings at Wewelsburg, the spirits of dead SS men will stand along the ranks of the living. Finished or not, the Kalten Castle needs a historiography, a tradition based in artifacts and archaeological finds. So Himmler sets to work finding as much evidence of ancient Aryan civilizations as he can. In 1935, he sets up a think tank called the Ahnenerbe, with Hermann Wirth, a disgraced Dutch prehistorian, leading it. Himmler and Wirth dispatched teams across Europe and beyond.
I wonder what disgraced him, or was this the thing that disgraced him?
No, he was disgraced at the time that they met him. So they were on a eugenics mission, and this guy was trying to get back into the good graces of, I don't know, his community, which takes money. And when you have your government saying, hey, we'll send you to wherever you want to go and, you know, fund whatever you want to do, but you have to take Armenians with you. You know.
Yeah, you'll kind of do whatever.
Right.
If you're a certain sort of person.
Yeah.
They go to Finland to record pagan sorcerers and witches. Cameramen record a soothsayer summoning the spirits of her ancestors. There are expeditions to Sweden in 1936 and Italy in 1937, looking for evidence of Nordic script. Further expeditions also go to Greece, Iraq, and Libya. Planned trips to the Andes, Iran, and Iceland are interrupted by the war. The most famous expedition is the one to Tibet in 1938 to 1939, which is led by Ernst Schäfer, an SS officer and zoologist, which also results in a pseudo-documentary film. On an earlier expedition, Schäfer found what he believed to be Aryan symbols buried along skeletons. He also noted that some people had Aryan features. Schäfer doesn't believe that the Aryans were sent down from heaven, but he uses Himmler's curiosity in Tibet to obtain funds for a new expedition. Once they arrive in Tibet, Schäfer's anthropologist, Bruno Bega, begins examining...
Yeah. So you remember that... they believed that there were certain features, you know, on...
phrenology, I think, is the
Yes,
word.
Thank you. So they did this on a lot of people, and then they... I don't know. Yeah.
Proportions,
I think
angles, all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he's going to...
Yeah.
This is like a broad overview, but yeah, I think he's going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Skulls and
It'd be
facial
nice
features
if anthropology had a less speckled history.
I don't know that there's a field of science that doesn't.
Yeah, it's particularly blatant in anthropology, though, right? Like it's
the study of humans,
intertwined. Like,
wait, so what happened in anthropology specifically?
A lot of early anthropology got. Wow, I can't talk. A lot of early anthropology got a lot of funding because they were studying like the differences between the races. And,
that was anthropology? Okay.
Yeah, and like there was a lot of...
And trying to like understand the savage, like...
Yeah. And like kind of tying into paleontology a bit, like it's part of the reason why evolution had such a hard time getting a foothold in some circles, because Darwin predicted like humanity originated in Africa rather than like Europe, where the most intelligent people were, according to some.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
By the end of the trip, he has photographed nearly 2,000 Tibetans, Bhutanese, Sherpas, and Nepalis. He has taken measurements of 376 people and has cast the hands and faces of 17. Bega concludes that the upper classes of the Tibetan society have Nordic skulls, noses, and cheekbones. They also have a sense of themselves as dominant and must therefore be descendant from Aryans. Now,
The ruling
Himmler's
class
interest
has that. Who'd have seen that coming?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, just the ruling class, not the peasants. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just like what I remember oh god, the guy that decided that white people were smarter because they had larger skulls, which meant a bigger brain, and so he went off to different cultures to study brain size, and just conveniently threw out anything
Yep.
that didn't. Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't work out.
Like
yeah.
the
So, and this is just like this prime period where any like just across the sciences, any information that didn't conform with white and male were better just got thrown the fuck out. And, they miraculously found scientific evidence to support their original hypothesis. I'm sorry, Doc, I cut you off.
Oh no, you're fine. It's just like you said. Oh, that anthropologist that went to different places and like
Mhm.
measured skulls and stuff like, or to support his conclusions. Just sadly, you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
Yeah.
Right.
Like the meme is applicable because holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a couple of cultures, black even, that have bit larger skulls on average, and it's just like I don't know what that is. Never saw it.
in the expedition is also heavily influenced by his desire to find proof for hobby cosmologist and pseudoscientist Hans Hörbinger's Welteislehre, world ice theory, that posits that ice is the basic substance of all cosmic processes, and that ice moons, ice planets, and the global ether, apparently also made of ice, have determined the entire development of the universe. As one would
What?
expect, Schaeffer's
Wait, what did he
expedition
just say?
does indeed.
He said that ice is the fundamental substance.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I'm sorry, I was reading something in the chat. I don't know, Bree, if you understand what that means. I have not come across that in my travels in the woo world.
Yeah, that's weird.
The only thing I can think is that he's talking about the entrance to the inner Earth, where the golden people are, and which is always across the ice. Like the holes on the side of the Earth, or like the entrance at the poles. Every inner Earth conspiracy theory has that. So.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
The only thing I can think of is like it has something to do with that. And he was like, "Oh well, if the poles there's ice at the poles, and so and the entrance is at the poles, so there must be something special about ice."
I think it's more.
I'm guessing, but
I would guess more. It's like an obsession with. I mean, normally we would think of it as an obsession with water, but maybe this guy thinks that liquid water is a beta cuck and you need to have solid ice water because that's what's the foundation of the fatherland or something.
Oh, because it's cold and icy.
Yeah, I guess.
your guess is as good as mine. He's the first person I've ever heard say that. So
Yeah, I mean, water is a cool substance, though. It is a very cool substance. It really is. It's a remarkably fascinating substance.
the mother of all life.
Yeah. No one tell Howard Stirrup about this. He'll probably write a thesis on it.
A lot of ice in Tibet, but failed to unearth any proof that the rest of the universe is also made of frozen water. The war interrupts many of these extravagant efforts, but the need for weapons to achieve final victory and the war of expansion brings new opportunities for Himmler's helpers' hikes into hysterical historiography. Exploiting the new territory conquered by the Wehrmacht, expeditions are sent to Poland to loot artifacts and to Crimea and Ukraine for evidence of Germanic tribes and the history of his imaginary Aryan civilization. And this is also when we finally arrive at Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. Perhaps the mightiest tool the universe has known, rivaled in lethality only by Gungnir, Odin's spear, and in practicality only by Freyr's sword that fights on its own. But spears are unwieldy, a sword not spectacular enough for a mighty Norse warrior. No, the hammer it must be. If only Himmler can get his hands on it, then all of his, the Nazis, and Germany's problems can be solved in one single mighty blow against humanity, now laid out on the anvil of war. So in 1940, he sends out a memorandum.
So remember earlier when the creator was like, Hitler went to, inner Earth and found what he was looking for?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. Like, he just didn't. I don't know why some would say that, but I guess some will say anything.
Yeah. But, what makes you think that you would be able... If you found a crazy magic ultra super weapon, that sounds like a bad way to end up the wrong side of a lesson about getting too close to the sun. I don't know.
I mean, look, the Nazis are known for their very responsible scientific endeavors. I'm sure they would have been very careful.
I mean, when you have concentration camps to kill the inferior people.
Yeah.
Magic space weapons. They're psychopaths, right? I mean, we're not playing with the full deck.
They had some of the best scientists on the planet who were specialized in exactly the type of real, factual stuff in reality that you can use to build an honest-to-God doomsday weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, no, that's Jewish science. Thank fucking God.
They didn't get their hands on it first. Holy shit.
Yeah. And I mean, most of those scientists, there weren't that many true believers.
Yeah, I know.
In the sciences?
They had... Heisenberg, I think, was the best they had, and Heisenberg was not a particularly committed Nazi.
Huh. So you're saying becoming more educated can help you not fall into traps. Interesting.
Yeah, that, and maybe having Jewish friends. The greatest physicist of the last 300 years. Albert Einstein.
Oh yeah, he fled Germany, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he knew what was up. He was like, oh, hell no, I'm out of here. In 33 or something, he was like, nope, and booked it. And never went back. And then he was like, yo, Roosevelt, you need to start studying up on the bomb because this is a thing that can happen.
Yeah.
And if you don't get there first...
Yeah. God, I can't imagine what the world would be like if they had developed like a nuclear weapon first.
Yeah. Thankfully, there were other factors at play. So even if they hadn't destroyed themselves with the entire psychology of Nazi Germany, they did not have as much access to uranium, I don't think.
Okay.
They just
when what do you call it? The movie we watched.
Oppenheimer?
Thank you. There was a mathematical equation that showed that it was possible for a chain reaction that would destroy the entire Earth, where it just wouldn't stop and it would
Yeah, that was a thing that they thought about. if you do some of the mathematics under certain assumptions, and then those assumptions are not true. They're just not true.
Okay, so there was no possibility of them accidentally.
There wasn't.
Okay.
There wasn't. I've actually looked into it, and I don't remember off the top of my head what the exact thing is, but it like ignores a very, very basic thing of like, okay, well, if you did this, it would spread to this, and then this, and then this, and then suddenly your neutrons are going too fast or something. And if your neutrons are going too fast, then they don't.
Yeah, this was heartbreaking. I actually looked into this a couple of weeks ago. There was sexual research clinic in Berlin, did a lot of work on trans issues in particular, and we really could have just like normalized homosexuality so much earlier. And then Hitler closed it down and burnt all the research. It just set us back for generations. It was insane. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Daryl. That is what I mean. I don't know. It's late on a Sunday, but yeah, igniting the atmosphere. And so like I didn't know that was a concern because I can't math. And so I'm like, wait, is that an actual thing that could still happen?
No.
Okay.
Even if they hadn't been totally convinced at an absolute, like, really, really high confident level, even if they sort of were like a little bit worried about it, we understand it cannot categorically, in like 18 billion different ways. No,
Okay.
Not a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that did make me feel better.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's finish this out. We're at 2 hours.
To the Ahnenerbe. Find all places in the northern Germanic Aryan cultural world where an understanding of the lightning bolt, the thunderbolt, Thor's hammer, or the flying or thrown hammer exists. I am convinced that this is not based on natural thunder and lightning, but rather that it is an early, highly developed form of war weapon of our forefathers. It's unclear if the Ahnenerbe ever finds any evidence, but Himmler stays true to his beliefs even as the Allies close the ring on Nazi Germany. As late as November 1944, he will order his staff to try and build a modern version of the hammer to disable Allied vehicles, communication systems, and radars with an electrical pulse. And in his final letter, he assures his wife and daughter that Varalda, the Ancient One, will always protect him.
Yeah, can you pause
Okay, so there you have it.
And actually, we can actually stop here because, like, he just goes into like the fallout after, like, that was the last letter from Himmler, and then shortly thereafter Hitler goes down, and then he just talks about like how these things kind of snowball into like what's going on today, and we already know what's going on today. We do it every week, but I don't know. Like, I feel like every time I go into a stream, I am talking about Nazi propaganda, and people are just like, "What? I didn't know that." And not even just to like call you out, Doctor Deino, but like seriously, everywhere I go. And we used to talk about this, but we don't want to talk about it anymore because they don't want us to remember what used to happen.
Well, I mean, maybe there is some of that at play, but also just like there's so much with the Nazis. Like there's just so much that they did.
So
like
much.
It's hard to keep track of half of it, and you don't know what's true, what's made up.
Right. And people know it's like, well, the Nazis played with like psychics and stuff like that, but so did the US, and they just wanted to see. But like, I don't think that people understand how fucking crazy they were, like how far it went and what the origins and the
everywhere.
Lunacy. Yeah.
Pervasive. It was just utterly wacky.
And Himmler was so bad. Like Hitler, there's a letter that Hitler wrote to him telling him to back the fuck off. Like people, you're too crazy for Nazis. Like, you're going to make people fall off. Just slow down.
Yeah.
He really, yeah. And a lot of this was like his brainchild. Not letting Hitler off the hook at all. He knew everything that was going on and greenlit it. But, Yeah, you're fucking nuts. So you asked how the inner Earth was tied to Hitler, and there you go, sport.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised, sadly.
Yeah, the more you know, the crazier it gets. I was actually surprised to hear about this. I thought that they were more rational than they were,
No.
and I don't know why I thought that.
No, they really weren't. Is gonna stay? I'm not doing anything.
No, like remember one time, I think when Jen and Oz were here, it wasn't letting us stay on the screen. Like it would keep like moving us around. Oh yeah, like this.
I could do that. Yeah.
Oh, you did that. Okay,
I
I
did
was
that.
just like, holy shit. All right. No, I wanted to showcase Dr. Deino because you gotta. I'm sorry. Did you want to say any final words before you tell us who you are, where you are, and what you have coming up this week?
Nazis are crazy. Make fun of them. Let people know that they have no freaking ground to stand on, and they're insane. It helps.
Real talk. All right. So we talk about who you are, like your name, your channel, and what type of content you do on your channel. Where you are is where people can find you, like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. The things, and then again, what you have coming up this week. So
Sure.
tell everybody who you are, where you are, and what you have coming up this week.
Sure. Well, I'm Dr. Deino, just a Deinonychus from Iowa. I'm a paleontology student, though I'm currently looking into just starting a career in fossil preparation. So I'm looking at a bunch of different museums, hoping they'll take me.
Oh my god! Good luck.
Thanks. I make a lot of content like this. I do a stream every week. Although I do try to focus more on like the science aspect, like, hey, no, this isn't right, and here's why. Though sometimes we do just have like fun or have a drinking stream. Just why not? I'm thinking of making a Twitter that'll probably mostly just be to like share paleo art and stuff. And currently working on a review of Walking with Dinosaurs because it sounds fun.
A review of dinosaurs?
Walking with Dinosaurs.
Oh, Walking with
documentary.
Dinosaurs. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, a
All right.
big documentary from '99.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
it was a
thinking that.
big
I'm like,
deal.
that's
I
going to
remember
be. No, I remember it, and that's going to be a super duper long. Like, is it going to be like a 5-parter or something?
Well, there's 6 episodes, and I might go
Oh,
into
I did not
like
know
the
that.
sequels.
It was
Holy
a
crap!
big thing. I remember they shilled that for months and months and months before it came out. It was like the biggest. It was like the most money they'd ever poured into a dinosaur documentary by like a huge amount or something.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it was actually revolutionary for the
Yeah.
time, and
It really, yeah. It kind of
yeah.
redefined the standard for all of those sorts of like a certain level of production quality was just sort of assumed after that.
Yeah, and like I'm going over stuff like that, some of the production, mostly going over like outdated stuff because it's a good documentary series. Some of it is a
Yeah.
little outdated, and
Yeah.
I feel they could have done some things to make it a bit better. Like just
Yeah.
some choices I don't quite jive with, but it's fun so far. Mostly my audio has been giving me grief for a while. That's mostly what's delaying it.
Really, I mean, your audio's like been on point all stream, as far as I know, and I know because like the chat likes to tell us when the
Yeah, I
audio's
mean,
off.
apparently my audio is
I'm
bad.
picky. I'm very picky with my audio. Like I want it to sound as good as possible, and if it doesn't, then I throw a fit.
Fair. That's fair. Because the viewers will throw a fit. And I always say all the time, well, Doc and I are always saying to people, it's just like, there's some videos that we want to show and just can't because their audio quality is so poor.
Mm.
Yeah, like that's like the biggest thing that makes me click off of videos. Like too much echo, clipping. Clipping and popping. I hate that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Doc, do you
Anyway,
have
that's
anything
me.
coming up this week? Or Doc, I'm sorry, guys, too many Docs in here. Bandy, do you have anything coming up?
I don't. I don't have anything coming up this week. The next thing I have planned is next week's Bad Science Sunday.
Cool. Yeah. Trying to get Daryl Frost to reply to me so we can explain the CMB to him. I'm just gonna be a moderator.
I've never
and let me know if I'm like munching on my pop. Let me know if I'm munching on my popcorn too loudly.
I like Daryl.
I'm sorry, Doc.
I have to prepare for a talk with Daryl. Okay, I can't. The thing is, like,
yeah, like
what we normally do is not something that I have to prepare for, right? Also, if we're actually gonna talk with somebody, like you gotta, yeah.
Daryl's saying he has replied. Oh my God, Daryl, you want to come on next Sunday? Doc is ready. It's ready for you.
I literally said I'm not ready. I
said that I have to prepare. You're totally ready for him next Sunday. Oh, wait, is it the Big Bang? You're saying, I totally know what the CMB is. Like, you don't believe in it, though.
He knows what it is. He knows what these things are.
Wait, but he doesn't believe in the CMB, right?
He doesn't know. His position is that the Big Bang is not the only thing that could explain the CMB, and also probably that the CMB is not a reliable measurement as well. Like there's probably several layers of the critique. It's not that he just doesn't think it's not like a thing.
Well, I don't understand how you can believe in a CMB and a steady state. I guess that's.
I don't know that he does believe that. That like one of the things that I have to do if I'm going to talk with Daryl is I have to spend a lot of time being very, very specific about what the position actually is, because he's pretty consistent when he does. I don't.
Daryl, I told you, it's a conversation. You guys talk about whatever you want. It just has to be science-based because that's what we do here on Sundays. So yeah, we'll figure out what day. I don't know. It may be a Saturday. Who knows? But Dr. Tapioca Weasel, if in fact you are the real one.
Imposter weasels are around.
Like I was doing what I normally do, and just like watching Daryl like piss everyone off in the chat. And you insisted. Holy fucking shit.
What just happened?
I just got a notification that President Sunday and his viewers just joined. Say hello.
Oh, sweet. Hello, everybody. We love all of you.
Oh my God. We're winding down.
Yeah, we're literally just. We could dance. I mean, we could put on.
No. But I do want to welcome Squid Nation. I was actually listening to President Sunday as I was getting ready for the stream tonight. He was talking about the whole Keffels thing. Do you guys know about the? Apparently, there's a new slur. Depending on who you ask.
Believe it or not, I don't keep super up to date with my slur knowledge, because I'm not on 4chan anymore since 15 years ago.
I really should get back on that. I need to do my ancestors proud.
Yeah. It's like
I'm pretty happy with not doing my ancestors proud.
Oh, somebody help me out. They Fab. Thank you. So I need to. So he
What
was
does that mean?
reviewing Keffel's um interview, which I don't believe he liked, but again, I only got to see the first like half hour of it before we started. But yeah, no, President Sunday, I huge fan. I'm usually in the stream listening, and I am a part of the Discord. So everybody, please, I don't know if I get one of my mods to kind of shill out President Sunday. Thank you for
Titan's a mod
121.
everywhere.
We have 121 people in the chat.
We got Chum
jeez.
Guzzler. Chum Guzzler's in the chat. Fantastic name. Almost as good as Titan Uranus. Being like, Titan's a mod here too. Yeah. Okay. Everybody knows Titan's a mod everywhere.
Look, I mean,
Everywhere.
look, when I
Titan
can't
and Maya.
help it. When you start a channel, you get gifted Titan Uranus as a mod.
Yeah, it comes with
It comes with the
pre-installed.
channel. I can't, yeah. But Sunday, I loved your rendition of Happy Birthday to Titan. I kind of wish I had that
That was
on hand so I could play that quickly.
Titan Uranus. Beautiful.
I mean, geez, like you just got a huge surge of viewers. Maybe we should do.
I know.
something else.
Well, we've been going on for 2 hours now talking about Agartha and the inner earth and how it's tied to Hitler and how I really want to normalize punching a Nazi in the face. I don't know how we got off of that, but
Well,
I mean, it's just like passe anymore. And that's not cool. But if you guys like people who debunk bad science, please like and subscribe, because I told everybody that the next time we did a celebration stream, it would be, what the hell is this?
Hmm?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Pepe's become kind of a symbol.
that's Richard Spencer getting punched in the face.
Oh, it's Richard Spencer. Okay, I don't feel so bad now. But
Yeah. Some guy
get
was
that out
like,
of here
"Hey."
before the algorithm. Yeah, so the next celebration stream is 420. So,
Boom. Yeah.
So,
Oh boy.
Oh, we love Hollow Earth stuff. The thing about the Hollow Earth people is, there's a certain flavor of Hollow Earth people, which we didn't actually go a ton into tonight, but they are really, really good at creating like really cool animations. They're like, look at how the light bends all around and it's coming from the star that's inside of the middle of the hollow earth, but because of the way it all bends around, because of the translucent super geode of magical awesomeness that surrounds everything, because the entire inside of the earth it's like full of magical crystal juice. And then there's a star, and the star is like 4 miles large right at the center, but then it gets magnified, and everything looks like we're on the outside of the Earth. And there also is an outside of the Earth, but we don't live there because that would be too simple. These people, it's crazy. And what we learned tonight was that it's also Nazi propaganda.
actually, yeah, we did get into the Lemurian. Well, we got into the Lemurian Atlantean War, which I was shocked that so many people had not heard of. You know, we do this every Sunday for almost a year now, and you guys have no idea what a Lemurian Atlantean War is. Like,
I know.
I'm so shamed.
So I will say I have heard of Lemuria before.
It's not at Madagascar. It was.
It is another term for Madagascar. I know it's supposed to refer to sunken continents, but it's
not anymore. It is an ancient alien. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's ancient alien continent in the middle of the Pacific Ocean that had magical god knowledge.
I swear I just saw it. Yeah. So, magical god knowledge. No, I mean it's just.
I don't know about.
It was in here.
I don't know about Pilker V, but everything's from, if it's from a different star system, it's always the Pleiades. Always, always.
Yeah, typically they're super into that. But no, we should do a thing. Maybe it was over here.
You're having a really hard time.
Did you hold on? Did you see that? It said Sirius, not Syria. That was kind of funny. Maybe I'm bad for laughing.
You know what?
That's.
You know what? I actually, you know what? Titan's thinking exactly what I thought.
Do it. Yeah. No, we got to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, some of it. So Dr. Tapioca Weasel, if no one knows, is a real physicist. He has a PhD in physics. He shoots atoms with a Jewish space laser during the day.
My laboratory is underground in a basement, okay? I cannot... The space laser does not have access. And also, not everybody who... The only Jewish person in our group actually graduated, so I don't think we can call it a Jewish space laser anymore.
He don't listen to him. He's lying.
Well, I mean, I do work for NASA, certified shill.
Yeah.
All right,
Tapioca does physics, and if you like dinosaurs, I do dinosaurs.
All right, so everybody grab your eggnog. I'm going to have Darth Dawkins play us out. And I hope our new friends from President Sunday's channel come back next week. It's only going to be more fun. I'm not going to say what we have. It's going to be a surprise for all of us. So we may or may not have a Daryl Frost who believes in a steady state. And that's going to be an interesting discussion, not a debate. So let's see. I'm going to share.
This holiday, grab some eggnog. Let's gather around the fireplace and celebrate the birth of our blessed Lord with the soothing sounds of a very special Darth Dawkins Christmas collection. 753 wonderful hits.
Here we go. Shut the fuck up. You're totally clueless, so stop with the shtick. Don't ever talk me, you're being rude. I'm old enough to be your fucking father, dude. Shut the fuck up.
All your favorites are here, in one spectacular collection.
You come into my room and mute me. Restore my mic, you fucking troll. Doobie's a fucking asshole I can't tolerate anymore. I've had to quit this server 4 fucking times before.
Digitally remastered and expertly rendered in high-quality audio. Never before has such a splendid compilation been put together.
So the problem with homosexuals is that God made male for females. The Bible is very clear. Don't be queer, don't be queer, don't be queer. Thank you. Bing, 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 bing.
Order with your credit card in the next 30 minutes, and if you manage to successfully render an argument for intelligibility within your godless worldview, you'll receive a beautifully decorated King James Bible, along with your own personally autographed copy of Dawkins' Presuppositionalist Guide, Crushing Atheism. Absolutely free. Merry Christmas, and a blessed New Year.
Boom! You're not server muted. Get out of my room.
I love
Happy
it.
holidays, one and all. Say bye.